and welcome to Adventures in TV Land. For today's adventure, I've come to Fort Hill Cemetery in Auburn, New York to see the gravesite of William Seward. Now, Seward was the Secretary of State under President Abraham Lincoln, as well as Andrew Johnson, and I'll explain a little bit more about Seward here in this video, but he is buried here in his home in Auburn, New York, and so we've come here to check his gravesite out. Here's a sign showing where some of the more famous residents of the cemetery are buried at. Seward is buried here. So here's section 14. And here is the grave of William Seward. He's buried next to his wife, Frances. William Seward was a two-time governor of New York who also served as the senator from New York. And in 1860, he sought the Republican nomination for the presidency of the United States, but was defeated by Abraham Lincoln. Despite this loss, he campaigned for Lincoln and became a proponent for Lincoln's election. And because of his support, Abraham Lincoln nominated him as the Secretary of State. On the night of April 14th, 1865, Seward was the victim of an attempted assassination. One of the Booth conspirators entered Seward's residence and stabbed him in the neck and face 5 times. He was left for dead as the conspirator ran away. However, Seward revived and instructed a soldier who was at the residence to send for police and lock the house until they arrived. Seward was attacked almost simultaneously at the same time that John Wilkes Booth killed President Abraham Lincoln. Although Seward himself recovered, his wife, Frances, she died a few weeks after the assassination attempt. She was never able to recover herself from the shock of what had happened. Seward would go on to serve Andrew Johnson as his Secretary of State, and it was during this time that he saw the beginning expansion of the U.S. into various other territories and acquisitions, and the greatest perhaps being the territory of Alaska from Russia. This has been another adventure in TV Land. Thank you for watching. Until next time, that's a wrap.